All right, so we continue with Hilchot Talmud Torah and then chapter 4 and Halachah number 5. So last Halachah was very interesting, as all of them is very educational. So we said that a student must understand what he or she is learning, right? And how the teacher cannot even display the anger, right? The last time we said when the teacher loses his patient, right, or he's upset, so students should tell them, like, my teacher, this is Torah, it is necessary that I study, and my powers of comprehensions are weak, so I if you need to repeat many times, so let's please repeat many times for me. If that's not your problem, that's my problem, and usually it comes, I think, it calms everybody down. Right? Why you so angry with this student? Okay. So Halachah number 5. So let's see how long. Okay, so we read without commentaries first. It says, a student should not be embarrassed because his colleague grasped the subject matter the first or a second time, while he did not understand it until it was repeated a number of times. If he becomes embarrassed because of such matter, he will find himself going in and out of the house of study without learning anything. Right? We're going to explain. It's a lot to add to this. According to the sages of the previous generation stated, a bashful person will not learn, nor should a short-tempered teach. When does the above apply? When a student did not understand the subject matter because of the depth or because of their limited powers of comprehension. However, if it appears that to the teacher that they are not applying themselves to the words of Torah and lax about them, and therefore do not understand, he is obligated to display anger. So not be angry, but display anger, right, toward them, and shame them with his words, to sharpen their power of concentration. In this context, our sages said, cast fear onto students. Therefore, it is not fitting for a teacher to act frivolously in the presence of his students. So all of these rabbis, right, that play basketball with students and go into hiking and this and that, that's what Torah thinks about them, right? He should not go to a sports game and stuff like that, right? He should not amuse himself in their presence, nor should he eat and drink with them, with the students. These restrictions are intended so they fear him and study under him at the fast pace. Okay, so a lot to learn from this halacha. So it's number 5, right? So from the beginning with commentaries, and any questions, interrupt. A student should not be embarrassed, commentary, and therefore refrain from asking questions. So many times, if you have question, so like most of the time, so other people have the same questions, and maybe like the same question, and maybe they did not understand and have what you understood. So please never be embarrassed to ask the question, right? So it's not like when we learn, it's not a competition, right? In Judaism there is no competition. Like there are no like specific tests. Who is get 100, who is not 95, who is 75, right? So everybody have their own capability, their talents and stuff like that. So I mean, one person understands that subject better, and another like not so much, not from the first 2 times. There is no problem to ask the question and clarify the things. Okay, so one more time, a student should not be embarrassed because his colleague grasped the subject matter at the first, second time. Right? So okay, so you don't understand, ask the question. While he did not understand it until he repeated a number of times. 27. On the contrary, he should ask that it is be repeated, and his colleagues are obligated to show him the courtesy, patiently listening to repetition. right? So all of these people who smarter than him should be should be listening. And I would say just add to this. Sometimes people think that they understand, and then somebody asks questions, and the teacher would explain second time, third time, whatever, how many times he would explain, and that person would understand that he did not understand correctly. He was missing details, right? The person who thought that he understood from the first time. So don't be embarrassed. Ask the questions. 37. Continue. If he becomes embarrassed because of such matters, he will find himself going in and out of the house of study without learning anything. So that's a scary thing, right? So if the person is embarrassed, and and the deeper you learn, so it's actually build up, right? So they build up on what we said yesterday, what we said before yesterday, what we said a month ago, a year ago, right? And so so if person misses one subject or two subjects or three subjects, so now he's going in and out of as I say, this study session, study hall, and he does not understand, and it's very, very scary, and I would say for that person, it's very, very frustrating, right? That he cannot grasp. Why? Because he missed these few times, I guess, when we're building up the basics. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. So commentaries say 28 Brachas 63b teaches any student who humbles himself because of the words of the Torah will ultimately be uplifted. Right? So it's a promise from a Talmud. A student who humbles himself because of the words of the Torah, right? He wants to learn, and that's he's trying to understand from second time, third time, doesn't matter, from many times. Okay, he's trying. It's not like he's lazy, right? He ultimately he will be uplifted, right? Ultimately, HaShem is going to open that person's brain, and that person would be a star and he would be much better than people who understood from the first time. And I know the story of the first hand. Person was very diligent, and he knew that he's bottom of the class, and he said, I need reach the goal, and he reached the goal. So it was actually about the job, but doesn't matter. I mean, we gave him chizuk, and he got the job first out of his class, but he was on the bottom of the list. Unbelievable. Good job. Okay, Baruch Hashem. So here it says that if any student who humbles himself because of the words of the Torah that he's trying to understand, I'm just adding the words, will ultimately uplifted. So Hashem is going, that's what you want? You want to learn my Torah? You're trying so hard? Okay, I'm going to give you. Right? I give you as a gift. Rashi explained that this refers to a student who asks all the questions that bothers him, even though his colleagues look down upon him. So don't worry about other people. And so people, many people, kids, adults, doesn't matter. I mean, I think, right? So people are like, what? You don't not know? You don't know? But you knew? No, you also did not know. But I asked, you did not. So and now people are trying to in their mind to be better than somebody else. If I'm better than somebody else, though, that I'm okay, which is total nonsense. Right, so whatever they're going to look at you down, this and that, so don't worry about it, and just continue what you're doing, and remember that Hashem is very, very satisfied with you, and He's willing to give you a big gift for this. Okay, big blessing. Rashi explained that this refers to a student who asks all of the questions that bothers him, even though his colleagues look down upon him. Of course, some people ask the question because of the show, right? They want to show that they know something, think or two. Okay, that's a different story, right? So they would take all of the attention of the class and this and that. That's a different story. But the person who genuinely wants to know and he does not understand, that's or he wants to clarify, right? Whatever he learned in another class, in another book, and he wants to clarify, that's he must ask all of the questions.